In this episode, we begin phase 2 of tuning up Project Low Fairmont, and to do so, I've consulted fellow YouTuber Craig Durbin.
Hello, YouTube. This is Craig Durbin.
Hey, welcome to the channel. My name's Korean Tommy. This is Straight 6 Fan, where I like to focus on budget-minded, relatable, creative builds, a little something I like to call offbeat hot rodding. And today we pick up where we left off last week when we found a radiator issue, we found some timing issues, but stick around to the end of the episode where I show you a little something else I picked up for the Rat Rod radio flyer. But today, as the intro alluded to, Craig Durbin is in the house to help us with ignition timing. But before we get to that, let's show you what we learned yesterday from pressure testing the radiator. Okay, so this is Saturday, and I have gone to O'Reilly's and rented a pressure tester. First things first, for starters, we are going to pressure test the radiator cap. I figure this will be simplest to say yay or nay to. As you can see on radiator caps, they will tell you how many pounds of pressure they're supposed to hold. So we're going to see if we can hold 16 pounds of pressure on the cap, and that will still be similar to our interesting. I'm pumping it a couple times and look, it's slowly going down. So, we know we at least need a new radiator cap, because it's only holding 7 psi. Okay, well, yeah, like it won't even get up to 15, 16. Okay, so now on to the radiator itself. And we're going to try to pump it up to the same 16 pounds. And then I will see if I can find any leaks after I get to that same 16 pounds. And I can definitely hear it in the same area I was hearing it last week. So here we go. Let's get it up to 16 and go have a look. Okay, definitely found the bubbling finally, and it is right up near the top. Maybe you guys can see that. It's like the third set down, but there's definitely a leak in the radiator. Now that's not to say that I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, I've replaced the radiator here, radiator and cap, and then end up finding out maybe the water pump's not working great either, or maybe the heater core's not working great either. But at least I know for sure I can spend money on fixing the radiator, and I am literally fixing a problem. So now I might take this to a shop, see if they can fix it. I don't know, being on a budget build. But the other part of me says just fix it right, get a brand new one in here, because I think I've decided part of the appeal to what I want to sell when I flip this thing is that somebody who just has maybe a small block Ford laying around, like I will have done almost everything around the project except for the motor, and then they're like, oh hey, well I'm just going to swap in this motor. Now that we know for sure where the leak's at in the radiator, it looks like I will probably be replacing that, hunting down a couple different options there. But that doesn't mean we've solved the ignition timing problem that we found from that vacuum test last week. And so thankfully, Craig Durbin was so gracious to donate some of his time to come up. He lives about 50 minutes away from me. And not only was he generous enough to give me some of his time, Craig picked up some tools from Harbor Freight, including this timing light that made today go so much better. And so while we fought a couple different things, we were able to get the timing adjusted. So let me roll a little bit of that footage. We found Project Low Fairmont was operating with about 4 degrees advanced timing when it needs to be at 6. So we clocked the distributor a little bit, got it to we're somewhere between 6 and 8 degrees advanced timing, but turns out that was hitting about the right spot because I re-vacuum tested it at the end of the day. And as you can see, we're in a much better, happier place. So I feel pretty good about how strong the Fairmont's running now. The next step is going to be getting that radiator fixed before I go do any more 0 to 60 timing, see if we've picked up any fractions of a second. Now that I know it's running so much better. But I also, before I show you what I scored this week for the Rat Rod Radio Flyer, I wanted to take another quick moment to just show you guys the generosity of fellow YouTuber Craig Durbin. Again, link in the description below to his channel. But let's take a look at the other parts and pieces, or we'll call it the tool haul from Harbor Freight that he was so generous to just give to me. So there's a set of Pittsburgh deep sockets, both in metric and standard. Craig also picked up this pump for whenever I do replace the radiator, help get cooling out. And then a nice 21-piece socket set, Pittsburgh tools as well. And then these nice universal joints, which I never had one like this. So pretty stoked about that. Came in handy for the work we were doing earlier today. So thanks again to Greg for his generosity and just the willingness to help me learn some things. You know, like a lot of things in mechanics, they aren't necessarily hard, but if you've never done it before and you don't know what you're doing, how to do it, it can be a little overwhelming at times. So thanks to him showing me, you know, how to clock a distributor and how to advance timing, all that stuff. Again, nothing was super difficult, but I'm guessing it would have taken me 3 times as long to do it without his assistance. So with that, I'm going to leave you with the little extra treat that we got in terms of what I just bought for the Rat Rod Radio Flyer. Look, I know some of you guys followed this channel or found my channel first from the Rat Rod Radio Flyer. Maybe some of you have come here just for the Project Low Fairmont. Hopefully, though, there's enough crossover that, I mean, we're all gearheads, right? And hopefully you guys, hopefully if you came for one, you're staying for the other. I don't know, maybe, I understand. We all can't have the exact same interests. But if you do follow me for the Rat Rod Radio Flyer, and you don't follow me on Instagram, well, first off, you should follow me on Instagram because you'll get updates like this. I bought a Bullens grill for the Rat Rod Radio Flyer to help put some weight over the front tires. Excuse me. Because of the immense understeer that I have now. Unfortunately, this is a cast aluminum piece, so I don't know, I maybe picked up 4 pounds when I was hoping it was like cast iron, you know. But anyway, I think it's gonna look slick, it's gonna look sweet. Now I haven't figured out if I want to install it this way or that way, but I thought I would just give you guys a little bit of a teaser or a little bit of some inside information. And also, you know, like I said, you would have already known this if you follow me on Instagram, so do that. But thanks for staying all the way to the end of this episode. You guys, look, if you like what you see, I'm just asking you to do one of 3 things. Either comment, like, or subscribe to the channel. Hey, do all 3 if you want, but I just want you to do whatever's most comfortable for you, or share it. Share it on your social media platforms. That gets more people. If you think you know somebody who would like what you're seeing as well, share it. Share it on your social media. Get it out there. That'll do it for this episode. Until next time, peace out. Yeah, this is just for the short little intro before I run my little animation screen. Sorry, that's all I'm trying to do.
Back up, start all over.